since day one. But I am Fantokyo, the great, and I'll not be outdone. Welcome to Fantokyo's spectacular theater in the pound. Please excuse my thespian vernacular when I say thou art going down. I've had enough of you, so time to be my puppet on a string. I've had enough of you. Oh, dance, my little Muppet plaything. Now, the audience is thirsty for fun. Time to run. 'Cause now your denouement has already begun. That means you're done. We could both be pirates on the sea. We'll swab the deck and play a part for me. Mops galore, you better keep it clean. Watch out now, my little friend, 'cause Sharkspeare's looking mean. I've had enough of you, so time to be my puppet on a string. I've had enough of you. Oh, dance, my little Muppet plaything. A battle like no other. Better move, 'cause here's another. At least you'll get to see defeated epic style. The audience is primed, each attack right on time. Seeing you entwine is so worthwhile. But why stop there at a lion, a bear? What's wrong, my pretty kid? Why don't you smile? The final act is sure to be a theatrical plot twist worthy of a prize. Want a shot? You better be more tactical. Messing with Fantokyo is never wise. I've had enough of you, so won't you be my puppet on a string? I've had enough of you. Oh, dance, my little Muppet plaything. I'm up to here with you, so why don't you finally face it? Your fate is sealed, and everything you do is what I say. Starting now and every day, you'll be my puppet, learn to love it. Every word I say you'll covet. Start anew, stuck like glue, bid your former self adieu, 'cause I've had enough of you.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, how's it going? It's Tuesday, August 26, 2025. Molly, TP, Death Note. Good evening, Venom, Wolf. Who else was in here? B Dizzle, Chingas, Casual. Good evening, hello. That song is I've Had Enough of You, the orchestra edition from Fantokyo in Billy Bust Up, an upcoming music indie game. I kind of want to show you the actual thing it's from real quick. So why don't I get that, be real quick, because we got a lot to talk about tonight. I think it might be. It is so good. And it's a game I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to play the video in a minute, but we got a lot to talk about. IndyCar game. I have exclusive news. It's not the biggest news, but some exclusive new details about behind the scenes with IndyCar and where things stand with that. We'll talk some NHL maybe. We'll talk Nintendo Direct rumors. We're going to get into that Raja situation to fire. That's something else too. Talk some wrestling. Talk the future of streams. Reminder, leave a like, subscribe. It all helps. The more you subscribe, the better the channel does. The more you like and share. Also, Discord. I will post the invite to the Discord again. Feel free to invite your friends to it. The Mike Star Media Discord is up. It is small. It is not going to be something huge, I don't think. But I mean, it might get there. If it gets there, great. I'm working on some new features and bots to add. So we got that, and we're going to pin that message. But real quick, before we get into it, I want to show you guys this real quick. So this is what it's from. It is Billy Bust Up. So this is the scene. I'll be as quiet as I can.
Okay.
Really?
Yes, yes. If it's a play you want, it's a play you shall get. But with one tiny condition.
Yes, anything.
I'll just be removing every ounce of free will from your tiny goat brain just to make sure this slip-up never happens again.
Huh? But
Now, as much as I'd like it to, it won't hurt.
So this is a scene from the game.
what are you talking about?
I'll have a friend forever, sans the annoying parts, and you
I don't know if we'll
won't
listen to
ever
the whole
have
song
to
again,
endure the strain
but-
of producing another thought for the rest of your miserable life. We both win.
In Tokyo, that's not what I want. You have to believe me.
Hush now. The show's about to begin. You've been nothing but a thorn in my side since day one. But I am in Tokyo, the great and nice.
Be outdone. So this is a case of this game. It's a musical game, a musical puzzle platformer that's been in development for a few years. They have this song. It's so good. And it might be what I start every stream. You brought it up. Who said that needs to be my stream? Death Note, every live stream. They also have another one. You guys might have seen this other one.
No need to fear, for I am here. Your mortal form will disappear. Now should we use this rusty knife for acid water gun? There's a million gruesome ways to die. Oh, why resist when the
It's so good.
party's just begun? You'll be having so much fun. There's a million gruesome ways.
So that's where that's from. Billy's Bust Up, a game upcoming. It's definitely giving Occasional Different Circus. The new SpongeBob game does look good. But yeah, we have a lot to get to today. So we're gonna be talking the IndyCar game because that's the biggest the biggest news of there. It will be on console. I think it's on Steam right now. I think it's, let me look up. It's wish listed right now. Let's see. I don't know if it's coming to console or when. Let's see what the website says. It's a musical 3D platformer. It's currently available wish list on Steam. You know what? Because I'm so into this game. Now, mind you, they're not paying me a damn thing. There is its listing on Steam. Release date to be announced. It's a single player game. It is from Giddy Goat Games, published by Humble. It's something like my guess is it will come to console if it does well. But right now they're just focusing on Steam. So that's one of those. That's where we're at with that. Let's kick things off now. We've done the intros. Hello, everyone. We've done the housekeeping. We've done the fun little things. I'm wearing a racing shirt. Granted, it's Newfound Glory, but, Wilson, good evening, sir. It's going to be a huge year. It's going to be a huge. One thing I'm working on, too, by the way, that I forgot to mention. I'm working on getting, I don't know if I'm going to make them myself, announcements when people subscribe to the channel, because I got the list right here next to me, like right on the screen here. But I'd like, I would like to have the announcement and maybe put comments. I'm working on a way to get the chat comments. I'm working on a way to get chat comments on here, like one at a time from YouTube. It was really easy with Twitch. YouTube chat, it can be a pain in the ass, but I don't really want to go to Twitch. Also, one thing you'll note, I don't usually run ads on these live streams. I might in the future when I do more, just an FYI. I will be offering, I think I'm going to open memberships up for ad-free, but I usually like to just keep my ads on video on demand rather than the live. I'm looking for sponsors and stuff like that to kind of supplement the income, because I do want to turn this into more of a job. Defire, we're going to talk all that soon, the wrestling and stuff. NHL 26 trophies, perfect. I was looking for those and waiting for those. I'm probably going to post them on Insider Gaming after we're done here. B Dizzle, good evening, my friend. iRacing, big news today. Got my notebook with my notes. Don't know where my pencil is. Here it is. But iRacing announced a deal with IndyCar. Got my notes. iRacing announced a deal with IndyCar that they are bringing an IndyCar console game in the second half of 2026 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam. Kind of came out of nowhere for a lot of people. Kind of came out of nowhere for me, because if you recall, in February of 2024, I had spoken with iRacing president Tony Gardner. And he said in the short term, it was not, an iRacing IndyCar console game was not in the cards. That wasn't a short-term plan, but the door was open. And that door today came bursting down. Flew wide open. Wide open. That came up. So now we have that IndyCar game. I spoke to Tony. After the deal was announced, I shot him an email and said, hey, I just have a question. When did this deal come out? When did the deal get worked out? I gave him a call. I talked to him on the phone. I bust my butt to build up these relationships. And the iRacing team have been nothing but good. I've loved iRacing for years. I'm bad at it. I haven't played it in a while because it just, got to make budget cuts. But it's still, I'm super excited about this game, and they're great people who are passionate about what they do. But talked to him, made a phone call, and I asked, when did the IndyCar deal come together? And he told me that things really picked up in late 2024, and a deal was made in early 2025. Late 2024, early 2025, basically a few months of negotiations, and now they announced it. Why did they announce it now? He said, quote, they finalized the agreement with them early this year, so it was 6 to 9 months ago. It was the range of everything, and we didn't want to announce it too soon because we'd rather get some development under our belt and whatnot. And as far as the game being announced now, it was intentional because of the end of the IndyCar season happening this weekend in Nashville. He said they needed to start talking more openly to the teams and getting driver feedback on the physics and things like that. Doing that with the game unannounced and in private kind of caused issues. So it was a good time to, quote, let the cat out of the bag. So that story's on Insider Gaming. But there was more. There was more. I had asked about, we were talking about, when the deal came and the studio and how it's going to be developed. They said it in the press release. The game will be built in the proprietary Orantis engine. Now, if you don't know what Orantis is, it was a studio that iRacing acquired because of the technology they had. This studio released last year a game called Exocross. I had spoken with the director of that game at Insider Gaming as one of the indie initiatives in Developer Spotlight Now interview series. I'll throw that in the Discord too. But they loved that technology. Let me load up let me load up what that game looks like. Because I got to play this is Exocross while we're talking about it. With racing simulators, you don't need to hear my voice while you're already hearing my voice. Don't mind the quality. I don't know why it's so choppy, but this is Exocross. A very nice, the way the game plays, controlled really well. So this is Exocross from Orontis. The game wasn't expected to do gangbusters. It was more of a technical demo. The way, in my mind, it felt more like a technical project to just show with the engine and what it can do. And they have a team separately. This is the new information. This new team is separate from the iRacing NASCAR team at Monster Games. This is a different team focused on this engine, building this game. What's more is they didn't announce this game and now are starting to build it. I was told that they have a functioning, running game at this point. There's still a lot of work to do. That's why the game's not coming out until second half of next year. Who knows what that date will be, but second half of next year means after like June and beyond of next year. If I had to guess, maybe towards the end of that season. Like if I were to put a guess now, I'd say July of next year is the IndyCar game. Provided things go smoothly. I'd say July. That's with no insider information on that. That's just me guessing. Second half, towards the end of the season, Labor Day weekend wraps it up. July, then you got that month and so of extra time. But they acquired this studio, Orontis, and the technology of this engine showed what it could be, what it could do, how good it is, and then they started building a game. One of the things they didn't do was get the license to build an IndyCar game without having a game. They wanted to see what they can do. They have a functional game. There's UI, there's the physics. You can go in and play it now on the systems they're developing it for. And they have a game running. Another thing about this IndyCar game, they're bringing over the assets like they are with NASCAR. They're bringing over the assets from iRacing, the tracks, the car designs, and stuff like that. They'll be brought into this engine and built out, which will allow things like NASCAR to be done, relatively smoother, quicker on that aspect. So there's some new information there. Obviously, the big deal with iRacing and IndyCar, they still got their relationship with iRacing itself. They're going to be adding with the next season, the upcoming season 4 for 2025, the Indy NXT car, Indy Next car. That's going to be coming in, which is pretty cool. So there we have it. A quick recap. They are, a quick recap. They are building it, bringing in assets from iRacing that already the IndyCar assets, tracks, and whatnot like that, using their Orontis engine, a separate team from the NASCAR team, and they already have a playable version of the game that they are working on that is still being built out. So nothing groundbreaking, but still some new information about IndyCar, and it's a big day for fans. We really didn't think that IndyCar would get a game. It hasn't had a game since 2004. It's been 21 years since we've had a game, and in 2026 it'll be 22 years, and we will have a new IndyCar console game. And my guess is, so NASCAR, they don't know if NASCAR is going to be an every year series every other year. With the teams being separate, it allows NASCAR to still be an every year series. In my mind, I wonder if they do every other year for each. So 1 year NASCAR, another year they do. So 1 year NASCAR, another year they do IndyCar, the next year NASCAR, other year IndyCar, and then in between they give like roster updates, DLC type of thing. It's been 80 years. Didn't they get the source code from MSG IndyCar? I don't believe they got the source code for that. They just got all the rights to IndyCar. But the thing is, that deal was different from NASCAR. The NASCAR license they bought from Motorsport Games. The IndyCar license, Indy pulled it. Right? Indy said, like, they didn't reach milestones with the game. Like, I remember getting a trailer that was set. Marketing was ready. Kind of like the UFC stuff. Marketing was ready. And someone sent me that IndyCar marketing. Screenshots, a teaser trailer, and all that. They couldn't reach milestones. So IndyCar pulled it. It's been 84 years. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. That's where we're at with the NASCAR, or with the IndyCar and NASCAR. But I'm super excited. I'm really excited that they're gonna have drivers just like they are now, but they're gonna have drivers involved. McLaughlin is going to be one of them. But there's a lot. But they had to wait for things. One of the things they did have to wait for before they started talking were things with motorsports games to settle, and that didn't fully get settled until 2024, mid 2024. So they're not using any of the things from motorsport games. They're using none of it, Venom. Absolutely none of it. So there we go. That's your big IndyCar news. 2026. We have NASCAR in less than 2 months, a month and a half. We have NASCAR 25. They released the cover the other day, and it looks so much better than any of the EA covers lately. It looks like design efforts went into it. Very nice. We still don't have that trailer. We were told end of August. I'm hopeful this week. From what I understand, I'm hopeful I believe it's still coming this week. Track listings are coming soon. Like, we have a lot of stuff. Within the next 2 weeks, I do believe we're going to get a nice chunk of information. But I haven't heard anything to suggest a gameplay trailer, that first look trailer, will not come this year. Or this week, by the end of the month. I haven't heard anything to suggest. Now, that might be the case. It might be pushed off, but a 25 game in 2026, that's kind of how a lot of sports games work. You got to remember. I mean, it's just how it kind of looks, or how it kind of works with sports. End of August for the NASCAR trailer. We were told the end of August for the NASCAR 25 first trailer, and I still believe that's what we will get. So we have that. Again, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go to the link at the top that's pinned. Join our Discord. It will be free. All new members. For the first 20 will be given founders. I don't know what the new founders roles. You'll have access as more people get in. Founders will have a special chat section, so just founders can chat. Right now, we don't have any mods or anything like that. It's just not big enough, not busy enough. But we have a few channels, general channel, clips and highlights to share your stuff. Self-promotion, if you want to share your channels. Gaming talk, sports talk, music, whatever you want. There's a suggestions thread in there. What you'd like to see from the channel, not specific channels, but features like polls, embedding, Discord games, that type of stuff. Let me know. Risto, thank you for joining. I will update your role after the stream ends, but thank you everybody who is tuning in for this. If you find me, however you find me, thank you very much. Also, I'm working on memberships for the chat. When I start doing more standalone videos, there'll probably be early access for members for a day or two, and then public gets it after that. Also, special Discord roles for those, and no ads at all for members is what I'm hopefully going to be able to do. Also working on graphics for notifications on the stream and stuff like that. We got a lot of stuff in the process. Devin, thank you for joining, buddy. Next, NHL 26. We have some rating news. We still don't have an update. I don't know what's going on about a review copy for me. At Insider Gaming, if it's up, it will be there. NBA 2K as well. That comes out on Friday. Haven't heard anything on that one. But NHL 26. We don't have any news on franchise mode. I don't know if they're going to release a blog post or what, because now they're into ratings. Yeah, I mean, you go to the homepage for the features of the website. They've already gone through They've gone through the features of the game, being about the gameplay, the X factors, be a pro. And Hut Seasons hasn't gotten a update yet, but we'll see what happens there. I'm still kind of, excuse me. I'm still kind of disappointed about the lack of major changes. Be a Pro is a big deal. Be a Pro is a major change, but I still would have liked to see online versus be cross-platform, an online franchise mode, a return to PC, FIFA, FC's there, NBA's there, Madden's there. Grant, different companies, but NBA's there, Madden's there, PGA Tour's there. I would have liked to see hockey come over, NHL come over, but we haven't seen it. So we have not seen that. But we're getting some ratings. No surprise, really, with the ratings. Top 10 left wingers. Kaprizov is number 1. Right wingers. Kucherov's number 1. Right defenseman. Makar's number 1. Left defenseman. Hughes is number 1. And then next we'll get centers. McDavid will be number 1. So that's that. If McDavid's not number 1, I'll be shocked. Something's got to be coming. Yeah, there's a lot of people playing. And then we got the trophy announcement that's going to go up. And things like that. So NHL, it's coming. NBA 2K is coming. Things are moving along in that nature. Other news. Nintendo Direct rumors are picking up. September 12th is kind of what's being targeted. I've heard, I don't know the date, but I have heard of a September general like Direct. It's not, from what I've heard, it's not going to be focused directly on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I think it'll still be there, but it's not going to be a Metroid thing. But I think it'll be there, and we'll get some more information on a bunch of games coming to the Switch too. I think this next one will be the here's Switch 2 games. Here is so we're getting there. So that's what I've heard there. Campus, all the tennis athletes in the US, Topspin Studios. So I don't know what's going on with Topspin. I know Topspin did not sell well. It didn't sell anywhere near where they were hoping. But I also don't know if that means because of that, we are going to... I don't know, because of that, we're going to not see another one. I feel like it might have been a multi-game deal. But what they need to do, Topspin really needs to add more real players than they had. More venues, more real players, and make my career deeper. My career was awful. It was boring. I lasted a week, and then I was done. I want a new 3D Mario game as well, but with Donkey Kong Bonanza that came out, and it was by the team that made Odyssey, I don't know if that's what we're gonna get. I would hope so, since the last Mario game was the 2D Wonder. I would hope we'd get something like that. I don't know if it'll be announced here, but they have been working on the next Animal Crossing. Originally, it was targeted for 2026, so I don't know if now would be the time to announce it or reveal it. If it's late 2026, it would definitely not be the time. If it's super early 2026, it might be a good time to announce it, but I do know the next Animal Crossing is well into development. I did think... What are you disappointed in, TP? I don't know what you're disappointed in. Totally thought the IndyCar... So I saw it, and I was like... Because I didn't check my email. I had an appointment this morning, so I didn't get until late this morning to start my day. And I saw it, and I'm like, I thought someone was like a wishful thinking. And then I saw who it came from, and then I checked my email, and there it was from iRacing's press team that it was announced. So Wonder, yeah, I didn't care for Wonder too much because I didn't like the whole elephant stuff, and the gimmicks thing. It's kind of why like people are like fawning 10 out of 10 over Bonanza. The transformation stuff of turning into different animals in Bonanza is not for me. is not for me at all. City Skylines 2 on console. You know, I don't know what's going on with City Skylines 2 on console. Obviously, it's been delayed. But the last update we got was that they continue to make steady progress. All it says is announced on the PlayStation Store. I think it might be the same way on the Xbox Store. It just says announced, not available yet. But I haven't even picked up City Skylines 2 because I still don't think it's at a place where it can replace City Skylines 1 for me. I don't think it can replace it. Did I go over the new DLC? I have not gone over it yet. Is it finally the best boxing game? To be honest, Kappas, I thought it was the best boxing game when it went to 1.0. I personally did think it was better than Fight Night Champion. I suck at it. I don't play online. So a lot of people are like, well, how can you say that if you don't play online? That's just, I'm not an online player in the fighting games because I'm not good enough, admittedly. But for what it was, I really enjoyed it. And I still go back to it anytime, every now and then. But it just, other games pop up. And then Silk Song comes out in just over a week. I got Silk Song that hopefully I'll be reviewing for Insider Gaming, but I don't know yet. They haven't announced. I enjoy Undisputed quite a bit. And then they expanded. They opened a second studio. There's a lot planned for that game and franchise. What else do we got? Unreal Engine event. Yeah, we got, I don't know, like they're going to announce new updates to the engine itself. But I don't know what else we'll get. Maybe we get an update on Fortnite and stuff like that. But they'll probably just show more tech demos. Have I heard anything about Microsoft Flight Sim? It is in the works. I don't know when it's going to be, but that's one of the games they plan on porting, kind of like when they did Forza. The Fight Night stuff is interesting because it has been a series that has been on and off and on and off and on and off again. And last I knew it was on, but it's been so silent from everybody I've talked to, including people who have told me it's on and kind of updated me like, hey, it's back on. Hey, it's off again. Hey, it's back on. That I don't know where things stand. Like, I don't know where they stand, to be honest. That's what's bothering me with it. They were keeping an eye on how Undisputed is, and Undisputed has done well. It's sold well. It's sold around expectations. It's still getting money invested. It's still being pushed. They still have, I know they have the DLC, but they still have announcements that they have not made of boxers. Like, just let that sink in. Steel City still has boxers that they haven't announced yet. So that's where we're going with that. What else? We got news about NBA 2K. The soundtrack came out. NBA 2K, their biggest franchise mode update. Their two biggest My NBA updates. You can, once you hit the playoffs, you can invite friends to play in the playoffs. And then they have dynamic banners. So if you win a championship, you'll see a banner added to your arena. The UFC 6 stuff. I know people are here and they're going to ask about UFC 6. I saw it pre-chat and stuff like that. And by the way, I did see you, this guy. The UFC 6 stuff, I don't know what's going on at this point. It is beyond silent. And I do know, what I do know is I was trying to schedule an interview. Here's this little inside baseball behind the scenes of talks and stuff. I was trying to schedule an interview for NHL. For Insider Gaming's Developer Spotlight series. come back to me, their PR, and they are weary of talking to Insider Gaming because we leaked embargoed information with UFC 5. I have to explain myself to the PR person. We did not leak anything we were embargoed to. The information that I got with UFC 5 was sent to me via Signal, and I was able to verify it with a couple other people, and then it was deleted. Signal works where I think I've talked about it on stream. You get the message, and after a certain amount of time, it's deleted. Gone. Poof. Keeps anonymous, encrypted, and that's how I get a lot of my information. A lot of it comes there. So it wasn't me, like, I wasn't a part of an event. It's just, that's what happened. That's what I got sent. And I verified it and went live with news. And I told them that, I will never break an embargo I'm under. I never have, I never will. And anything that needs to be embargoed, like, you can get me under it. So on the UFC thing, they are keenly aware of what happened last time and got out. Keenly. Like, they know what happened, that it leaked. In my assumption, they are keeping everything as close to the vest as possible until 100% certain they're ready to announce a launch date, and then it goes. That's what I think they're doing. So I still think in September we get an announcement for an October release. That is what I think. Do I know for sure? No. Because earlier this year, I had someone come after me saying I didn't know, because I said possibly late June, early July is when we'll get an announcement, but I couldn't hammer down a date. Like, I just couldn't get a date. And they thought I, said guaranteed going to happen. No, I'm not going to say guaranteed something until I know for sure it's a guarantee. If I know for sure there's a guarantee of something being announced, I'm going to talk about it on the Insider Gaming podcast. I'm going to write a story for Insider Gaming. I'm going to publish a standalone video about it. Like, that's just how it is. I hear rumors all the time. One of the things I've kind of always wanted to do and just never have because it's weird, not weird, but I know how people will take things and run with it, is I want to I just want to publish on MikeStrawMedia.com, which is getting a rebrand, and I'm hoping by early to mid-September it'll be done. I'm doing it as I can when I have free time. Is I want to post the various rumors I hear, whether it's from one source or two or just scuttlebutt or through the grapevine. Like, these are the conversations happening, not official reports, but just rumors that I'm hearing. Like, these are what people are talking about. This is what's being talked about behind the scenes. This was the discussion that I heard when I was at an event last week. Those types of things where if I'm under embargo and I know it's for sure, I won't put things that I'm under embargo on. But I want to see, how, if there's interest in that. Maybe that's what I'll use the Discord for. The Discord will be, I'll put a rumors channel, and any rumors I hear and stuff like that are exclusive to the Discord. They don't make their way out, but if you want to see kind of the things I hear. You would like an AEW sim game? I do agree. That there's another thing. Tony Khan talked about AEW games. And we talked about it a little on stream. Last week, Tony Khan on Thursday night stream. But Tony Khan talked about it. He doesn't know what the future holds. He's had talks. They learned a lot. They tried to listen to too many different people. And that's kind of what I said when I reported a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, 2 months ago at this point. Talks happened. Talks were picking up again. But AEW was not going to make the same mistake as they did the first time and announced it too soon and then felt they had to rush it when it wasn't out. Granted, the hype was strong with AEW, so I kind of understood it. But now that they've been around, 6 years? It's when they announce the next video game, whenever that may be, it'll be much closer to launch than it is now. That's what I like, a good gossip set. That's kind of, there's so much I hear. So much in the email, so much in my messages that's hey, these were talks. I don't know how true they are, but this was talks. And I feel like people would be interested in it. Need for Speed Under Most Wanted remake. I'm torn. I'm tired of remakes, but there are some games I would totally play again if they remade them. Forza 6 in Japan. I would like it. I'd probably play Tokyo Drift from Fast and Furious, that theme song, constantly while I'm driving around. Just be blasting it on the speakers. But I could use another Forza Horizon. My biggest thing is I'm so worried. I'm so worried of what the future of the regular base motorsport series is. They haven't, like, they said they were still, everybody was like, oh, see, people said that the series was dead, but they came out and said they were supporting it. They were supporting the current game still. But they never said anything about what happens after. And will Turn 10 continue to develop Forza Motorsport games, or is that done? And are they truly just a support studio for Playground and the Horizon series? That's what I want to know. Yeah, one frame. Though I did, in one instance, I did post a clip. But yeah, like they weren't happy about it. They were pissed. Well, also, because I got information about gameplay. Like, that was all on Insider Gaming. Like, I got messages saying, hey, these are the new features. Hey, this is how fighting's going to work. Hey, this is how damage is going to work. This is how cuts are going to work. I got all that stuff. What's going on with the Madden? I did see who asked about the EA NFL license. I love these Q&As, by the way. Who asked about the EA license? Maybe it was Defire. I believe it was you. They, like I said, they had agreed to an extension. I would guess by the end of the year we hear the announcement, but it's not going anywhere. Madden's not going anywhere. All got to sign NDAs. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if it's NDAs. It's just a code of honor. Like, if don't share anything from the Discord if it's rumor. Like, or if you share, it's like, hey, this is 100% not for sure it's going to happen type of thing. Guys, college football week 1 starts on Thursday, and I am so excited about it. I am so excited about it. Got UB playing Minnesota, and we'll see. The Fox thing, luckily with Fox, Death Note, you can get it over the air with an antenna on your television. So that's what I'll do. I'll just hook up my antenna. But my biggest thing is YouTube TV constantly losing channels all the time, but they have the gall to constantly raise their prices. You're going to be signing NDAs. No mention of ByteGate. No mention of Discord Gate. No mention of UFC Gate. None of that. None of it. Let's see. 2K UFC, not going to happen. Though I don't know what the deal is with the EA UFC license. I know there at least one more game, but I don't know if it's more than that. I don't know if it's more than that. No, YouTube doesn't have A&E. What bothers me is they don't have RSNs. That's what bothers me. They do not have RSNs. And so I can't watch the New York Knicks, the Buffalo Sabres on MSG or anything like that. I'm pointing at all of you. Pointing at all of you. With the pencil. My rubber pencil. Look at it. It's rubber pencil. Whoa. What do I think of The Expanse, Osiris Reborn? I'm interested in it. The TV show I wasn't super into. But the game looks interesting. I think it all depends on how it plays. I think it all, and how much it costs for me. Like, because I'm nervous whenever I see these games. Whenever I see these games, I immediately think it's so hard not to compare now to Mind's Eye, right? I see these games and I'm like, it has me so much. So much I want to compare him to Mind's Eye. And I know not every game's Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye was just a sloppy mess. Is UFC an exclusive license like Madden? Yes. I believe UFC is exclusive. Yeah, UFC I think is exclusive. Like the branding and stuff is exclusive to EA for now. I don't know what's going on with Exodus. It doesn't give Starfield vibes. I think it probably will have less bugs visually than Starfield, but will it be as deep as Starfield? And Starfield wasn't a great game to me. Like I gave Starfield like 3 hours and I was done. But that's how I am with games. Like it should not take me 3 hours to be like, or 4 or 6 or 10 hours to be like, oh, it's finally starting to get into it. No, can't afford to do that. I didn't even do that when I didn't have kids and I wasn't married. When I was younger, I couldn't do that. It's like I ain't got that kind of time. Let's see. Nine more months to GTA 6 if it doesn't get delayed. GTA 6, I think December is when pre-orders will start. I'm still hopeful that it doesn't get delayed again. A lot of people think it will. But what will happen is if it doesn't get, what's going to happen is they have their date of May 26th. Companies are going to announce release dates either 2 months before or a couple months after. If they delay again, you are going to see a lot of moves of release dates jumping around. And I think you're seeing a delay. You'll see a delay of release date announcements until they know for sure whether or not GTA 6 is going to be delayed. Look at what's happening with Silksong. Silksong got announced for their release date for September 4th last week. 5 games or 6 games, indie games so far, have announced delays or movements of their release date. Even some to November. I think Demon School was November. Because of Silksong. And it's smart. Indie games especially. You need to make sure you have that chance. Silksong's going to come out and people are going to be into it. My biggest thing with Leslie, with Mind's Eye, is they had the nerve to say Take-Two Rockstar sabotaged it with the negativity. Like they were paying people to be negative about it. And that, you know, it can be relaunched and I don't know. It's kind of like the 1047 games with Splitgate 2. That, we're pulling it back to beta. That's not how that works. You cannot pull a game back to beta once you release. That's not a thing. You mean pull it back to beta but still charge for microtransactions. Okay. Yeah, Silksong greater than GTA 6. Just saying. Though I also like Hollow Knight. I'll tell you this. I never beat the story of GTA 5. Once I got on GTA Online unlocked, that's all I played. I did not play GTA 5's story at all. Code Violet, I don't know. I don't know enough about it yet. But I have a feeling it might be vaporware. No one was ever. It just was bad. That's what it was. No one was paying anybody that it was bad. That's just, it was bad. Right? Guys, if you're just tuning in, thank you very much. We do these streams every Tuesday night. Around 8:30 is the plan. Is every Tuesday as long as there's nothing else going on. And then I'm working on trying to figure out a second day to do regular streams. Thursday might be the one. But the second stream of the week, there will be a night stream, which are the Tuesday nights. There also might be day streams. There's a part of me that kind of, once the school year starts, wants to do 9 a.m. streams. Like a 9 a.m. morning show type of thing. Kids on the bus, I get up, and we're good to go. I don't know. That's kind of what I want your thought. We're going to talk about it in the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord because I'm going to be using that to ask a lot of questions and get insight from a lot of you guys. I really think I want to do a morning show type of thing, or a lunch hour show, you know, like noon Eastern, noon to 1 type of thing. That might be a more formal type of show, where the Tuesday night ones are kind of informal. We hang out, we talk. Some might be more formal once things really pick up later in the year. But I also think I'll do a Thursday one or a midday one sometime. I also do think I'll be launching a third sports-centric one. I'm in talks with a couple outlets to do NFL and NHL writing, but if that doesn't come to fruition, I want to get back to covering that in some way. So I might do a hockey show or a general sports show where we talk about that if you're interested in that. Not everybody's going to be interested in that, so... But get into the Discord. Let me know your thoughts and stuff like that. Casual, we talked about it. There's nothing. I still have hope that we will see something in September for a release in October. But I think because of what happened with UFC 5, granted, I was a big part of that when I got the information and posted it, and scooped them, that they're being super careful. They're being beyond careful. Yeah, GTA Online is just all I played. What's my opinion on Skate? I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited, but I'm also cautiously optimistic because of it being a free to play online. Do I think a PlayStation event next month? Everything I'm hearing lines up to them doing one in September and late September, I think, but everything points to them doing one in September. Whether it's a state of play or a PlayStation showcase, I don't know, but they will be doing something in September. My worst nightmare is that, you know, games continue to go down the trend they're at, AAA games. Casual, I do have Instagram. It's the same username. I'm not usually on it, but Mike Straw Media, I'm on there. My biggest thing with Instagram is I don't usually post it because it's photos, right? I don't take a lot of photos. So the only thing I could do is make my graphics and post them for stories and news, but I don't really do it enough. So I'm mostly on Blue Sky and Twitter. I was on Threads, but Threads started deleting links to my stories and calling them spam, but then I'd see other people do complete garbage stuff and not be, but my stories would be Insta. I haven't installed Madden on the Switch yet. I think I'll do that this weekend because I still have the code. I'll probably be on PS5 for GTA until they launch on PC, but I'm also torn. I'll probably have to get GTA 5 for work, or 6 for work, but I'm also torn on just waiting till the PC version a year later. Did the Bills cut anybody that surprised me? No. Actually, kind of. Laviska Shenault, I kind of expected to be the kick returner instead of Condrington. But Condrington being familiar with the team, I think, helped and benefited. Them keeping Terrell Shavers made me super happy. But nothing surprised me too much. I'm interested to see if they pick up anybody. Because, I mean, Strange got cut by New England. So I'm interested to see if, like, they probably won't bring in him in the offensive line. Cincinnati would likely need him. But I'm really interested to see if anybody they pick up off waivers. There are rumors of a Levi Wallace reunion. I hope to God they're not true because I don't think it'll work. Will I play online with people in GTA? Probably. Muttleak says it's coming to PC. I think do you mean UFC? The thing is, I don't know how much I can... see, let me look at Instagram real quick. I don't know how much I can believe of Mutt Leaks. I'm in Instagram. Where are messages? There's threads, but I don't. Oh, is this you? Okay. All right, I accepted it, and we should be good. We should be good, Casual. Dude, there are so many things, Jarrett, I want to do online with you guys. Races, NASCAR 25, I will be doing online lobbies for NASCAR 25. I'm terrible, but I will be doing them. I plan on doing, the GTA 6 races would be fun. There's part of me that wants to do Mario Kart World races online with people. We don't know if UFC 6 won't be cross-play. We just don't know. You know one move that I'm really happy happened on the NFL side, and I don't want to get too sports related. We're going to have a separate stream dedicated to sports, which will be nice, because it seems like the interest is there. And that might be a more formal show with different graphics and everything. I am working on new graphics because, real quick, aside, I am working on changing this up. I think instead of having it here, I think either I'll shrink it or I'll put it on the top, the rundown. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on that. Let me know. But Sean Dolak making the Rams initial 53 made me super happy. He should have been drafted. He was an All-American. He wasn't even invited to the Combine. And I'd been covering that kid. I think I'm biased because I've been covering that kid since he was in high school when I was at an outlet here locally covering high school sports. I don't care, Death Note. Dude, when that announcement came out, I got four notifications. 4 of them. It was so frustrating. It was so frustrating because it locked up my phone. That's why it was frustrating. It locked up my phone. Guys, have you seen the video of Lex Luger walking now that he's been doing DDP yoga? No Mercy official made some matches. Obafemi versus Ricky Saints and JC Jane versus Lola Vice. Game chat returning. My thing is I mute that anyway. I don't want to hear anybody talk because my biggest thing with game chat, people were so toxic and jackasses that it bothered me. They were so toxic about it. It's kind of like in Call of Duty lobbies back in the day, back in my day, they were toxic, the lobby chats, but in more ways than one, they were funny. They were really funny, unless you had that guy listening to music in his mic or yelling in his mic or being that, like this close to it. No one wanted that. Which racing would I prefer, NASCAR or GTA 6? And I don't know until I play them both. It's hard to guess. Lex Luger. Not Luther. Lex Luger. A wrestler. Molly. Let's see. Did I get an email about something? Sorry, guys. I have to check this to see if I got a message from somebody about something. You might get some news here. Maybe. You might get some news. No. The new Lego Batman game looks good. You know what bothers me? Oh, YouTube creators would thrive big time. Do you know what bothers me about Lego Batman? People, it doesn't even bother me. It's the people who are whining and complaining about the fact that it only has 7 playable characters. I just want to play as Batman. I don't give a shit about anybody else. Let me play as Batman. I don't care about playing as Commissioner Gordon or whatever. I also, people were crying about the Batman rainbow suit being in the game, calling it woke and all that nonsense. And I'm sitting there just wondering if people ever read the comments, comics comments, because Rainbow Suit Batman has been a thing in the shows, in the comics, for years. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can talk about this yet. I don't know if I can, but I'm trying. My guess is I can't. Do I miss the E3 convention? Yes. Summer Games Fest was a blast. I loved it. You know what I liked more about Summer Games Fest than any of the E3s? There was more talking to people outside of the event. Because it wasn't as big, there was more downtime to just catch up with people and get news that way and stuff like that. I don't know if I can talk about it. I'm waiting for a reply. If I can talk about it, I will. If not, just know it's good news. What else? There was something else. It kind of threw me off. The kind of threw off my groove. Oh, dude, someone, they will. Molly, they will. They will. No, it's not NHL 26 news. It is sports game related news. Imagine when it was like playing MJ. Yeah, the MJ thing about Spider-Man games, it bothered me so much. Those were the most boring parts of that game. They weren't necessary. They added nothing to the story to me. They were just there. Like, I don't want to play a Spider-Man game where I don't play as Spider-Man. I'd rather spend 2 hours delivering pizzas as Spider-Man. If you ever played that game, if you ever played Spider-Man 2. That's one thing I miss. I miss movie tie-in games so bad. The news, it's about a sports game. I just can't say it yet. They told me to hold off on it. Which annoys me. But they told me to hold off on it. So I will. Just know it's good news. One of the things that was announced today, Activision is dropping Black Ops 6 carry forward for Black Ops 7. They're feeling the pressure. Whether they say they're worried about it or not, they're clearly feeling the pressure. And the problem is they've said that before, right? They wanted authenticity and stuff like that with the skins. They've said that before. And we ended up still getting the skins. Fight Night coming 2079, not 2069. Remember G4? Yes. G4 was a channel I watched constantly as a kid. I'd come home from school, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. Like, from the time I was like 10 years old. I'd come home from school, I'd throw on G4 Tech TV, whatever it was. I'd watch, there was Game Changers or Icons. I don't know if you remember that series, Icons. It was a documentary series, basically, a 30-minute docu show. I want to bring that back in a way. I want to bring that back. I would watch Attack of the Show all the time. I watched X-Play all the time. Electric Playground all the time. Arena all the time. And then you had the feed. Layla Kaylee, you've just been fed. You know, throughout the day of like the top stories. I remember watching when the Xbox 360. Oh man. I graduated high school in 2008. I graduated college and I got my journalism degree in 2013, and then I graduated with my master's in 2016. I remember in 2005 when the Xbox 360 was announced, I was in North Carolina visiting family, and we watched G4. They had an all-night show of the Xbox 360 launch. All night. Showing gameplay of games and people getting it at stores and all that. Watched it. The Wii came out the next year, and I did the same thing with the PS3 and the Wii and all that stuff. Like, G4 was, to me, one of the best television channels ever. And then they tried to bring it back, and it was going okay, but no one wanted what they were doing. I still feel there's a place for a channel like that. I just don't know how it would make it work. Yeah, I just turned 35, Molly. Last 2 Fridays ago. August 15th, I turned 35 years old. What do we got here? I got a DM too, or someone tagged me in something, and I can't see what it is. I think they might have deleted it, not meant to actually say it. I feel like there was something else we wanted to talk about before we start winding down. I wonder if I should start doing games on here too. Like, do I start streaming or, I don't know. My last days in my 20s. Dude, X-Play. Oh, let's see if I can find one of the X-Play reviews I remember. What was it? X-Play NBA Fever 2004, maybe? Let's see. That's NFL Fever. There was one where they made fun. It was NBA Fever 2004. Or NBA Inside Drive, sorry. Because that Fever was the football game. Let's see if I can find it. NBA Inside Drive. Oh, I can't find it. But I remember them opening up NBA Inside Drive where they were making fun of the super team Lakers with Karl Malone and Gary Payton. Like, I remember that. And it made me laugh. But I just can't remember. They don't have it on YouTube. But X-Play I absolutely loved. Like, the older I got, the more I'm like, there's still more you could talk about. 3 out of 5. Some of the way they were scored games, I'm like, how does that work? Like, that game is not a 4 out of 5. That game's not a 5 out of 5. Like, but you can only say so much. You're in a 20, with commercials, a 22-minute show. You got to get your reviews in 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3. They were just making fun of the fact that super teams won't win, that they wouldn't win the title, and ultimately they didn't because they lost to the Pistons. But I wish I could find that. I wish it was online. As we start to wind down, again, thank you so much. If you are watching, you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Helps it grow. Make sure you leave likes. The more you do, the more it helps. I try not to run ads on these shows, so I rely on it being spread post-airing. I'll be putting clips up tomorrow and stuff like that of the show, what we talked about with NASCAR and iRacing and IndyCar and stuff like that. Make sure you check out the Discord. We are adding more. There is a suggestions thread. I want it to be somewhere you just come and hang out and to, shoot the shit and talk about what you want to talk about. But I appreciate it. I will keep updated in the Discord and on YouTube itself of streaming plans. We're either going to be back Thursday midday, though we do have Insider Gaming Weekly Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. We do have that. Or we will be back Thursday night. I also am trying to see if I can do something this weekend, but I don't know. Until next time, thank you, everybody. I love you all.